Bookstores are filled with books and DVDs of how to be a leader, what to do when you are a leader. You can read and read and read about leadership and sometimes get very good insights from those readings. Lots of the books are more about management, more about the famous ones are always about like how to deal with difficult people or stuff like that. But when it comes to leadership, it's a little bit less operational and more visionary. It's a little bit less operational and more the big picture. And so there's a dividing line in those professional books about leadership and management and so on that you can recognize pretty clearly. And I think one of the things that I want to talk about today is how it really would be hard to write a book about leadership specifically. Because from my point of view, leadership for all of the books and DVDs related to that subject is largely a personal matter. That how one leads is a product of a whole life to date. And how you lead can change as you grow and develop over the course of your lifetime, hoping that you keep learning that whole time. So I want to talk about leadership from that personal point of view. And that is, how do you get people to want to work with you toward common goals? Simple definition. There are lots of definitions too, but I'm going to stick with that one. When I say that leadership styles evolve over time and are a product of your whole life, you know as well as I that conditioning as a little kid even just the gender, race, part of the country you're born in influences you so much. And those influences are everywhere, from cradle till now, whatever now is in your development at this point. All those together, if we're open to learning, can result in if we become a leader and how we lead if we do. And that's the kind of thing I want to focus on today. So if I had to give this talk a title, I guess I would say, Leader, Know Yourself. And that's where I'm going to start to ask, what are your values? And now I guess I'm talking to the students mainly, but since we have lots of leaders in the room, I think you can be great resources in these conversations as well. What are your values? What are your strengths and weaknesses? What are your preferences in human interaction? And so on. In addition to knowing yourself, you have to also understand others. Leadership is a lot about empathy, about emotional intelligence, awareness of social dynamics, those so-called soft skills. It's really hard to write a book about those soft skills, but there are some. Don't worry, there are some. How does your gender, age, race or ethnicity, sexual orientation,